What's up YouTube? Drew here. Today we have some breaking news.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
Get it? Breaking news about Test Track. I'm sorry, I had to make that joke. I've been wanting to make that joke for as long as I can remember. And I felt it was only appropriate to make it now that we know when Test Track 3.0 is officially opening at EPCOT, and some actual first looks at the ride itself. So this isn't just me talking about the opening date, which you probably already know for being on social media. I'm going to talk about the things that no one else has mentioned yet, putting everything into one video for all of you so that whenever you go on the ride, you know what to expect. We went from knowing absolutely nothing about this attraction to knowing all of these significant details in a matter of hours. But I'm not complaining by any means. This is a big reopening that we have all been looking forward to. Also, if you are not following me on my other social media platforms, you can find Drew the Disney Dude on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok in addition to YouTube. I've been expanding my content lately, so I would greatly appreciate it if you guys support me on those other platforms in addition to here. With that being said, let's talk about all this Test Track news. July is going to be a massive month for Walt Disney World now that we know that Test Track is officially opening at EPCOT on July 22nd. Also, a quick reminder that July 6th is the final day for Tom Sawyer Island, the Rivers of America, and the Liberty Bell Riverboat, as of July 7th, permanently closed to make way for the Cars-themed area and the Disney Villains-themed land at Magic Kingdom, a massive change over there. And also at Magic Kingdom on July 20th, the official debut of Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away, the first new nighttime parade at Walt Disney World in decades. So massive things at Magic Kingdom. And then just a couple days later at Epcot, we have Test Track opening, which is awesome. So nice to see that this attraction is going to be opening earlier than expected. I was personally expecting Test Track to open in August with what Disney was saying with a late summer opening. But this is not late summer by any means. This is the heart of summer. So credit where credit is due. Test Track opening earlier than expected is a massive win. And also, like, before the earlier opening, Disney also confirmed today that we are going to see cast member previews, annual pass holder previews, Disney Vacation Club member previews, and Golden Oak residents and Club 33 members. These cast member previews are starting on June 27th, the Friday, which is 10 days from now. So we got the opening date and then the rides literally opening right after. So officially those dates for all the other previews for the pass holders, which I'm sure a lot of you are, those will be shared in the coming weeks. So just follow me on my other socials, especially Twitter and Facebook. That's where I will be sharing the dates for those previews once they are announced. But I think also what I'm really excited about is the fact that the on-ride looks and the actual first looks inside the show building, to me, look very encouraging of the quality of the final product with this ride that we are getting. Back at Destination D23 in September of 2023, almost 2 years ago, that's when Disney first announced that Test Track would once again be reimagined with Chevrolet, the parent company of General Motors, sponsoring this pavilion all the way back since 1982 with the original World of Motion. And today we got our first look at that final product for that first piece of concept art we got all the way back in September of 2023. This looks like Disney is really leaning into the joyride aspect of what it's like to go on a car ride and appreciate the nature around you. I think it's awesome to kind of lean into the natural aspects of the world with cars, and also just the fact that what we are seeing in this video is not the final show lighting. So, well, I like how this looks just in the behind the scenes video with the Imagineers. It's gonna look a lot better in person once you're actually on the ride with the music, the audio, all the correct lighting to make this scene really come to life with all of the trees and plant life around you. So nice to see that come from concept art to reality in the same exact way. And this other clip is my favorite part of what we've seen so far from this next iteration of Test Track, with the creative direction of the storyline. I think a lot of people just love Test Track for its thrills, which is totally valid, myself included, but I love when a story is added that makes sense for an attraction and it just looks pretty. For the general family going on the ride, it just looks cool. But for a diehard fan like me or you watching at home, to appreciate what's actually happening and why that creative direction is there, why it actually exists. So the best way I can describe this is this specific scene is being seen from a car's point of view. We are seeing physical set pieces around us, and at first it's from a human's perspective with all the buildings and the structures, as if a car was going through an area. But as the vehicle quickly moves through the scene, it's going to transform through digital enhancements, projection mapping on the physical set pieces, as if a car was seeing it through all of its cameras and sensors with LiDAR technology, which I think is super, super neat because it just looks visually awesome from the short clip that we have. But the creative direction of telling something through how a car would see it on a car-based attraction, I think is just absolutely brilliant. And that video alone makes me really, really excited going on this attraction as a whole. And with all of that in mind, I feel it's only appropriate to share the all-new description for this attraction. So keep in mind those two first looks we got, the vehicle design tied into this description. Get ready for an unforgettable adventure where the thrill of the open road meets the innovation of the future. As you zip past scenic vistas, discover how new technology is shaping the way that we connect with each other and the world around us. Then get ready for a glimpse into the future of mobility and the cities of tomorrow before zooming on an electrifying high-speed race that will leave your imagination soaring. That's the all-new description, and also the vehicle showcase with the latest from General Motors is going to be there. And then that exit gift shop is also named Test Track Gear Shop. So that's everything so far that we know about Test Track 3.0. But also I do want to mention that I was just at the project site recently, and this thing is already testing at full operations where you have a vehicle whizzing by every few seconds. Also talking about that World of Motion inspiration, which, like I mentioned earlier, General Motors has presented this pavilion since EPCOT back in the 80s with World of Motion. Here we are in 2025. It's the same company, same pavilion shape. It's just telling the story of vehicles in an all new, relevant way. But I really do like how this new entrance structure has turned out, which extends that original pavilion design. In person, its scale is perfect. It looks very nice. It's a natural shade cover at the entrance there for all the cast members and whenever you're first getting into line. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about Test Track 3.0 and how all of this work has really wrapped up pretty quickly as Disney crosses the finish line for this attraction? Let me know what you guys think, and again, don't forget to subscribe here for Test Track coverage once I'm able to go on the ride, and then follow me on my other socials, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Here, I'll be covering all of this Test Track stuff for all of you, in addition to everything I've covered recently, which has been a lot, but I'm just glad with how far everything is looking as of now. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.